What's up, guys? Happy Friday, and welcome to Titan Lifestyle with me and Big Drew.
Happy Friday, Flex Friday. Thank
Yes,
God it's
sir.
Friday. All the Fridays. It's Titan Lifestyle back again every Friday, 2 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern time. So I had a friend in
Yes.
California was like, the show's at 2. They missed it. So 2 p.m. Eastern time. Catch us every week. Topics, events, and Q&A.
Yes. So we're all here for you guys. We got some great topics and great discussions for you guys. And obviously, we're going to cover Therapy of the Week, which is, I think, one of my big favorites, and maybe Drew's too.
Oh, of course. I got it ready to go right after the guest.
Got it ready to go, right? So if you guys don't know what we're talking about Hercules Potion. Big shout out to everybody that's coming on here. John PR, St. Pete Body by Lauren, Simone, how you doing? Amanda Nooks in the house, what's going on? Jay Grove, IO Pop Pay Up, Social Max, how you doing? Sada, Huseman, Jason, and all you guys that are joining us in. We appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions about any of the therapies or anything for us, please shout it out in here. We'll answer your questions as soon as we can and go over all the information you guys want to know, man. So whether you're looking to feel better, look better, and perform better, Titan Medical Center can help you guys out anywhere in the country, nationwide, via telemedicine, or you guys can come to our beautiful location and get serviced here too as well in all of our different services. So I want to let you guys on that before we start so you guys can ask questions that maybe you guys are looking to do, lose weight, gain muscle, right? Be a better person inside the bedroom, outside the bedroom, and all that good stuff. So let's get into the first topic, Hercules Potion.
Yes. My go-to before the gym. If I could pick one thing that I have to have before I work out of everything, and this may sound crazy, but includes food, it would be Hercules Potion. Oof. I could wake up on an empty stomach, take Hercules Potion and work out, no problem.
Yeah.
But anyways, my favorite thing, there's nothing, it gives a pump like nothing else.
Yeah.
When people have a pump, they're like, oh yeah, this does too, but it's not to the level of Hercules Potion.
Definitely not.
Again, you don't have to worry about your stomach being messed up. And if you do have to have a large meal before you train, it's not going to slow down the absorption of the nutrients of what you need to use. So a lot of times, people eat a big meal, then they take their supplementation, and what happens is after their workout, then it's kicking in because the food is slowing it down.
Absolutely.
So with this, I don't have to worry about that, whether I want to eat right before I train or whether I want to not eat at all. As the pump is still the same, which is crazy because normally people need sugar and carbs and all this stuff and sodium to get the veins flowing. But with this, I could go low sodium, low carb, and no sugar and no salt, and have a good meal and feel great and get a pump. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely Hercules Potion. Definitely my go-to. Definitely.
Intense muscle pumps, right? Better recovery, better results all the way around, which will expedite your results. More strenuous activity. So when we talk about Hercules Potion, it's got about 9 different components in it, from glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. And when we talk about pump formulas and all that good stuff, I think Hercules Potion is superior to anything on the market. I know it is, especially oral supplementation, like Drew said. And some of these different things have all these different fillers and all this other stuff that's in it that might be doing you some disservice, right? Or messing up your stomach or whatever it may be. And there's no stimulants in Hercules Potion. That's one thing. This can be used by a variety of different people that might have cardiovascular issues too as well. And when we talk about glutamine, that's one of the biggest recovery amino acids there are. You see it in all your oral supplementation. Think about if you could get better transportation in the body, better absorption in the body with the injection. And then we talk about the muscle pump. So when you do take some of these pre-workouts or these different pump formulas, usually you might get a good pump in the gym, right? And about 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes after the gym, even if you've ate, you still might lose that pump. Where this is going to stay 4 to 6 hours probably afterwards. That's usually kind of what I get out of it. But when we talk about vasodilation, blood flow, this is going to be good for cardiovascular patients too as well. Good for blood pressure too. It should be lowering blood pressure with those two to a certain degree, right? And then more strenuous activity when we talk about ornithine. So doing more in a workout, whether it's doing more sets, it's lifting more weight, it's doing more strenuous activity as far as running, hiking, paddleboarding, soccer, baseball, anything across the board. Even me, when I go to like Universal or Disney with Peter and them all day long, I do take my injections before I go out and start the day. And it does help me get through, right? And I'm getting all the benefits of those amino acids. So, you're getting a lot of benefit there with lysine, boosting the immune system and immune function. When you're working out and you're in the gym, you're breaking down the immune function to some degree. You're putting stress on the body.
Yeah.
The body doesn't know whether you're lifting a car or you're lifting, there's other things that go into it, I guess, too, like adrenaline, all that stuff. But the immune system needs to get supported, and that's what lysine can do. It's also good for HSV1 and HSV2, so it's herpes. And at that point, we know that about 45% or more of Americans have this viral. And taurine, great for muscle pumps, as far as no muscle cramps and brain function. Proline, collagen-based amino acid, and L-carnitine for blood flow and more muscles. So at that point, Hercules Potion is one of the best out there amino acid blends. Site Medical Center is the only one that has Hercules Potion, and it's very simple and easy to get.
Yeah, there's a lot of people trying to have their own amino this, amino that, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
We were the originators of
the originators
of the Hercules Potion, and a lot of times too, people are like, what is Hercules Potion? They think it's one ingredient. They're like, so what is Hercules Potion? What, like, they think it's just one thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a concoction of things, and if you put the numbers together, it ends up being pretty cheap for the amount of stuff you're getting.
Sure, absolutely.
And automatically, when you go to an injectable, it's going to be a little bit more, or a lot more sometimes, than an oral.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
It's good. I mean,
Definitely,
it's good.
it's definitely my go-to before the gym. And just like John said before, photo shoots, ladies, you have photo shoots. Ladies, you want to pump up your glutes? You can put Hercules Potion in your glutes. And pump
Absolutely.
them up. You may have to use a little bit more, this and that, depending on how big you are. But you could put Hercules. It's completely safe.
Yeah.
It's not like you're putting anything there. You're putting it into the muscle, which is supposed to do is intramuscular.
Yep.
So everything's fine. You can put it in your glutes and pump them up a little bit. So if you have a photo shoot or this and that, it's not a site enhancement. So it's not going to permanently stay there.
Right.
But if you want to inflame the muscle and pump it up a little bit and have a little better workout, if you're doing booty videos or squat videos or this and that,
Absolutely.
you grab some of this,
Absolutely.
put a good amount on each side of your glutes and do the video, put some, white leggings or whatever you guys do to make it, you'll definitely see a difference. I mean, you'll definitely see a difference. So,
For sure.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many photo shoots I've used it for. Plus, even going out to the beach or whatever, a lot of my friends, they like to have those per se bar muscles when they go out, right? And be pumped up when they're walking and they're trying to find girls and stuff like that. Who doesn't want more of a stronger, fuller physique, more vascular? Maybe if you're you've got veins and stuff like that, it's gonna light them up like Christmas trees. And you do 50 push-ups, you're good to go before you walk into whatever event you're going into.
And you might not even need 50 because 50 is, you do 10 of anything when you take Hercules Potion, it feels like you've trained the body part.
It does.
I mean, even if I grab a 20, 30-pound dumbbell, which is really light for me, if I just do 10 reps, I'm like, wow, my muscles, it's already like in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if it's not necessarily forcing blood into the muscle, but it's just
It's increasing blood flow for sure.
It's increasing it, but it's not like like I'm putting directly blood into my muscle.
No,
like
for
it's
sure.
like but it's so instant that you feel like it's blood.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
First set, you're ready to go. I mean, that is one thing you'll know. And then,
sometimes I forget. I'm like, I need to keep working out.
Yeah. Because you're like,
pumped up already.
I'm at this point, man, where it already feels like I've done an intense workout. And the best thing is you can push through and do more. And it's like, hey, listen, the more work you put in, the more you're gonna get out, right? As long as you're recovering, and that's what the glutamine in there. There's other things. The instant gratification that you notice right away from the first injection is the muscle pump.
Yeah, vascular.
And being like the recovery factor, boosting the immune system, the collagen-based acid, proline, taurine, and L-carnitine. So you've got some other things that are working silently. You might not see the first day, but it's working the first day inside your body.
And also, too, water-based for people that are watching and if you guys are on HRT or TRT, if you're doing any type of testosterone injections, usually they're oil-based, like 95, 99% of the time. So if you guys are saying, wait, I'm doing that in it's going to hurt, it's water-based. So it's very, very thin. The insulin needle, half-inch, 30-gauge needle. So it's like a prick. You barely feel anything. And it's not gonna damage a scar tissue. So people are thinking automatically, I got to put it in my bicep or tricep multiple times a week. Is it going to cause scar tissue? If you move the area around slightly and the needle is tiny, it's not like you're putting your HRT testosterone needles in your arm or in your bicep every day.
Right.
It's very small, like basically no damage to the muscle itself. So you're not going to worry about lumps and this and that.
Yeah.
Guys that take or abuse testosterone and take too much, and they keep hitting the same area over and over again, it creates a big lump or scar tissue. If you're taking Hercules Potion all the time, every day, you never have to worry about that pump.
Yeah.
I've taken Hercules Potion every workout since I've started with Hercules Potion. If I miss it, I'm aggravated. But that's more of a mental thing.
Yeah.
But I've taken it every single time, and I've yet to have scar tissue. I've yet to have any type of lumps. I've yet to have anything other than a pump.
Yeah.
From Hercules Potion. So.
I mean, it's going to assimilate with the body. And these are just amino acids, guys. There's no hormonal stimulants in it. It's all good for the body as far as that goes. It's going to absorb even if you subcutaneously inject it on accident. Yeah, it might be a little lump there for a couple hours or whatever, and then it rubs in and absorbs in the body. So you guys are going to be good there. And Hercules Potion is easy to get a hold of. As far as getting it from us, all you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork, which you can fill out. You can go to the bio and go to the link tree and go to new patient paperwork, or go directly to the website titanmedicalcenter.com, and you guys can fill it out there too as well. After that, you're going to see our medical provider via telemedicine or in office. And then after that, you can order your Hercules Potion and a lot of the other different therapies that we offer that do not require blood work. So it's real easy to do, 727-389-3220. Please give us a call or text if you've got interested in Hercules Potion or any of our other services that we offer. All right, so let's get into the next one. Mom blames labor meds for hilarious misspelling of daughter's name on the birth certificate.
Yeah, basically what it's kind of crazy that, when these women are induced in labor or they don't have labor, a lot of women are like, I'm going to take it strong, no meds, and all these different methods to having a baby and water and drugs. But basically, she was on a cocktail of, I'm not going to say pain meds because I'm not sure what they give. I guess it's pain meds. But she was on a cocktail of them, so her mind was crazy. So she went to fill out the birth certificate. She spelled the baby's name wrong. And I didn't know that this is like a thing. Like, this happens all the time. And then the people are like, fast forward 15 years later, the baby who was born that day goes to the DMV to get the learner's permit, this and that, and her name was supposed to be Gabriel. So she went to the counter, my name's Gabriel. We don't have a Gabriel. Social Security, we don't have a Gabriel. We don't have a Gabriel. Her name was Babriel with a B.
Oh my gosh.
And that's her legal name was Babriel. So her whole life, this is the first time getting an ID, it was Babriel. Come to find out, this happens all the time. There's like another story of a girl named Liliana with 2 L's and this and that, but I don't understand why it's not just an easy fix.
Wow.
Why is that just not just an easy fix? I mean, this could cause serious problems like down the line if they get to a certain point.
To a certain point of this though, like when you have a baby, right? You get the birth certificate, and then the birth certificate. I mean, now they mail it to you. I think like 2 weeks later after you fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, during the course of that time, they said
2 weeks when you get the birth certificate, you're like, this ain't right.
Yeah.
And then you send it back. Not to the school's gonna get an ID.
It should be like a 90-day period where or something. I mean, that's just crazy. People are going 15, 20, 30 years and finding this stuff out. Like, I mean, that's.
And I mean, obviously, there's documentation of their name. The parents must know, and it's just like,
But that slight thing. I mean, if you go to a bank, if you go this and that, and not only that, it's hard to. The reason why I would assume it's hard to fix it because you're not just fixing one ID. The Social Security number still says that.
Yes.
So it doesn't match, and then this. So it's like it's.
You're gonna have to change your name legally.
Yeah, if anybody's ever lost or had to get new Social Security number or ID or anything like that, it's, for people that don't have certain
documentation
on their licenses, it's a lot to like go all the way back. And this, I mean,
definitely is.
It's just crazy. A lot of people out there are like, it's supposed to be Tim and his name's like, Mim with an M or something like that. And they just leave it like that. If I was a parent, why not just say like, on your birth certificate it says this. We never fixed it. That way the kid will know, like, okay,
I better
what
get
to
this
say,
fixed.
or he could be like, fix it.
I can get this fixed. St. Pete Body by Lauren said, "How did they not catch that sooner? That's insane." That's what I'm saying.
See, what the thing is they catch it, but then they're just like, since it's a baby, it's not communicating with me anyways. And they'll probably just say, we'll figure it later. And they're so happy to have the baby. And not like the baby's asking questions. It's a baby. It's a newborn. It's just there.
That's crazy. I mean, because when you sign you up for like school and all that, you need documentation for that for the kid. I think you need a birth certificate, or I can't remember what it is now, but it's you definitely need identification and all that good stuff.
In this day and age, everything's so digital, this and that. That should be easy.
It should.
As soon as she like comes to life, or not comes to life, but as soon as she has the baby and she's no longer under the influence of the cocktails, and the next day, and I mean, they verify so many other things. How could they not verify that? How could they just, and all the paperwork you have to sign over and over again with the name over and over. At the hospital, they shouldn't just go off of that one thing. If the hospital should know that if it's Babriel and it's like, wait, that sounds like a familiar American or a name. I'm not sure if it's maybe French name with a G. So automatically they should be like, how come every other document this lady has put with a G? But on the birth certificate, it's a B. They should then see, okay, and ask.
Right. No, I agree, dude. I definitely agree.
It's like some of the topics of these mess ups are, like the other day there was one where they bought the wrong size trains and spent $250 million.
I see that in Italy, right?
Yeah, like I mean, it's just crazy. How could these people be messing up in this day and age? This isn't like write it on a piece of paper in pencil and get on a horseback and go to 20 miles, and the next day you get the message, and the paper got wet because it fell in the puddle, so you have to figure it out. And this is like
people
instant.
being negligent, dude.
Phone,
That's what it
instant.
is. They're being lazy and not doing what they're supposed to. All right, so let's go to the next one. USA Powerlifting must let transgender athletes compete in women's division after losing discrimination case.
I can't wait to get into this.
Oh, man. Where are we going to start with this one? So let's start with the facts, right? So in 2019, this athlete comes forward, and basically, the USA Powerlifting Association, the board said, listen, you are not eligible to compete with women. So this person then went to Minnesota Discrimination of Rights, filed with them, and then sued in federal court in 2021. It's been an ongoing thing back and forth, and it's a pretty big topic across the board. I just seen one of the professional women swimmers upset, and she's saying basically we're eradicating women out of sports, one way or the other. So
Wow.
I guess it is a true thing here. So this competitor is going to be allowed to compete in the USA Powerlifting events coming up. And basically at this point, it's going to open the door for more people to be able to compete in these divisions too as well that might be transgender or biological males to start and are, they're not perceived as women. Mm. So I don't know what to say about this, but I think that women should be outraged about this. They are getting rid of women because... And you know what the thing about it was too is this person's competed against the competitors and women and still couldn't win first place. They did one event, but the other ones, the big ones, she got like second or third, they got second or third. I'm trying to get these pronouns right. Yeah. But at that point, like, what are we doing here? So women, I mean, Drew could say that he's a female and then go compete.
I had this conversation yesterday.
Why not?
But I had this conversation yesterday with someone, literally less than 24 hours ago, when I saw your topics come up, because you guys, we have like a group thing where we discuss what topics we're going to talk about, me, John, and Art. When I saw his topics come up, I had a discussion with someone about this. Think about this. There's nothing that says that you have to dress and act like a woman. No. All you have to do is identify. Yeah. So what if someone like me, clearly a man, I got a beard, look at me and I'm a man. What if all of a sudden I just say I'm a woman? I don't change my voice. I don't change my clothing. I don't change anything about me other than me just saying I'm a woman. I show up, I'm still dressed the same. I come with my girlfriend or whoever, my wife or whoever, or even if, just, what I'm saying? What if I just do that? Because a lot of these people that are transgender, they're dressing the part. Right. They're acting the part.
Right.
There's nothing on this requirement that makes you identify that says you have to do all that. All it says is identify.
That's it.
So what if I literally go, I could break every world record, I'm everything.
Right.
Arm wrestling, powerlifting, not bodybuilding. Some of those girls destroy me. I mean, just be honest, they look better. But I'm just saying, like, what's going to happen when that happens? When a man's man that looks like a man and all that, and doesn't even says, yeah, I'm a woman this year. What if it's a temporary thing? What if you just say I want to be a woman this year?
I know. You can rethink it.
You can
rethink it and go back.
So I could go right now, go to the powerlifting and break all the world records, and then come back and then talk about how dumb of a rule that is.
I mean, dude,
let's do it.
You should definitely get some contests at that point, especially with some big money pots.
Oh, I didn't even think about the big money pots.
Of course. What do you think? They're not winning money?
Yeah.
They're winning money. Yeah. This isn't like hey, I'll bet you this and let's go outside and let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
These are serious, big competitions that do have pots of money at the end. So at that point, and let's get this clear and straight. And we probably should have said this before this. I don't care if somebody wants to be trans or not trans. I care less.
Let's have transgender games.
I care about males that are transitioning to females that are competing in women's sports. Okay. That's what I care about. Otherwise, I could care less about any of this.
Here's more information. So there are standards and requirements. This is for the Olympics.
Yeah, but this is the Olympics, not for USA Powerlifting.
Well, I'm just saying in general because you guys are talking about sports in general.
Yeah.
But I mean, they actually have to have undergone sex reassignment surgery and...
Yeah, they have to do like a HRT. They have to do HRT. I know for NCAA because
gender reassignment is the HRT portion of it, and then the sexual reassignment. That's a whole different story. But these people in
If you're a trans woman, you have to have that on your license. You can't just say I identify. You got to change your license. You got to.
This is for professional and Olympics and all that. In high school sports, a few years back, there was two transgender from Connecticut that broke all the track and field records.
Remember that.
And the craziest thing is, in winter track, they identified as a boy, and then the same calendar year, spring track, now you identify as a woman and break all the records.
We're wrong. We're wrong. In 2003, that's what it said, right? Go down to the next paragraph, because this is where it comes into play. It was not until 2004 that the IOC, 2015, the IOC modified these guidelines. The legal recognition of gender could be difficult in countries where gender transition is not legal. So all they have to do is identify, declare. Trans women athletes declare their gender and not change the assertion for 4 years. So you'd have to declare,
4 years,
stay for 4 years as a woman, declared, and then be able to do it.
But the thing is I could declare as a woman, still live my life as I normally do, and a man, and I'm not gay or anything. I'm still whatever. I could live my life as a woman for 4 years and train just to break every world record and tell people I'm going to break it, and then after it's over, be like, "Ha, that was fun."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen. So it's not. It's
in
crazy.
high school they don't have to do anything. In high school they could literally just say, "I'm a man," and then get an athletic scholarship.
It says in 2019 the World Olympics changed its testosterone limit for transgender competitors set to 5 nanograms per ml. So that's really low. So they are testing these people. I mean, even females don't have that low of a testosterone range, natural females. And that's a real low number for a female to have.
That just goes to show how
the limit is
that
it
is in general about testosterone. They just don't know.
Yeah. So at that point, I don't know. Hey, listen, I just don't think it's right. Let's do that. I just think it is. It's just crazy out there. What's going on?
See, the thing is, in MMA, that happened, and the transgender woman almost killed the other woman. It was like a skull fracture. It was crazy. I don't know if I could look it up, but it was like the woman almost died.
Yeah.
I
just don't think that's right, and that's a topic that it's going to be open, and this Cooper is going to be able to participate in these games and maybe beat women out of their own sport.
Yeah, I remember watching Laurel Hubbard. She was in the transgender was in the Olympics last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing and she didn't even win.
She didn't win.
Oh.
That goes to show you there are girls that are strong out there that are beating out dudes. They're even trying to wiggle their way into the women's sports.
But if you take it at a top level, if you take the top women powerlifters and the top male powerlifters, it's not even close. But obviously there are women out there that are stronger than men that probably have never worked out a day in their life, and the guy who's never worked out a day in his life. But obviously chances are, if you look at the records of track and field time and distance, which is proven, this isn't I think she's better than him. Track and field is time and distance. Weight limit is all numbers.
Yeah.
So there's not a track and field record out there that there's a woman faster than the man. No. There's not a single one. No. There's not a powerlifting record out there that the woman was stronger than the man. So that right there should tell people that why we live. I think they should have transgender games. Now that there's more transgender people and more, it's more aware of being transgender and all that. They should have a transgender games, even as early as high school. If you're high school, if you go to a small town, there's barely any you're the only one that's there, like a big city. Then you should still be able to go once a year. All the high schools meet in a certain city or state. So even if you don't have any transgender people you could relate to, you could still work out, you could train, do your sport, whatever, but then have a transgender games. The same reason they have Special Olympics. When they have Special Olympics, they have a Special Olympics games. They should have a transgender games, So that way big cities like, Atlanta and Miami and Chicago, they would have plenty of transgender younger kids. And then the small towns where it's more religious and it's not this and that, there may be one, but now he or she has something to do, and then that'll keep them out of this, from making it like a lopsided domination.
It doesn't matter because if a girl transitions to a guy, even if they take testosterone, they're still not going to beat the guys. So it really has to do with women's sports, and more women should definitely. I mean, if all the women were upset and protested about this, took to the streets, like they did for all these other things, right? Because we've seen protests the last couple of years over some serious matters. I think this is one of those serious matters too, as well, that needs to be confronted. And if I think if all the women did that out there, then there would be a turn of the tide in some of these different areas. But until women really can stick up for them, I mean, as guys need to stick up for our women, so hopefully they don't get kicked out of their sports.
It's just like what John had a good point. We said it doesn't matter how much testosterone a woman takes, she's not going to be stronger than a man. Like that's the typical average man. That she's not going to be stronger. Now, to take it even farther, if you look at extreme bodybuilding, that are taking extreme amounts of illegal steroids.
Yeah.
The women are taking extreme amounts of
Yeah.
illegal. And then if you look at a guy that's probably all natural, never even taking anything, just a football player or something like that, he's still going to be. So
Right.
even at that extent where they're taking an extreme amount of testosterone, even if a guy takes, he could not take any and still, have
Be
that
bigger.
ability to be stronger
Yeah.
and bigger and, our aggression, our fast twitch, athletic jumping, running, all that. I mean, it's,
Be over with.
yeah.
Over with.
I just hope any of these women don't get hurt. Like, some of them have, and these are just, we're talking about powerlifting or what if it comes into like football or
It's
American
coming.
football or soccer? It's already happened in MMA. What about boxing?
It's coming.
What about boxing? Like, are you going to get Floyd Mayweather all of a sudden identify as a woman and fight against another 140-pound woman? Like, that would be, come on, that's like abuse.
Oh my God. Hopefully some resolution comes to this.
I might
Obviously,
identify next year.
listen, as a court, with the court doing this, like it is literally, it's like to everybody out there. Now the floodgates are open.
Yeah.
Let's go. I mean, that's what it is. Anybody wants to stop us? We know one case got through. Now an attorney can use this case in a legal matter to show, hey, listen, it was proven like this is what it should be. So
Yeah.
that's not good, man. It's just not
Yeah,
good.
last thing I'll say is like, I don't think it should be. For me, I'm not looking at it as whether it's right or wrong. Is beside the fact. I'm looking at it as it's unfair to the women. Like,
Yeah.
it's unfair to the women. Like even that case of the high schooler, this one girl, she was like 2-time runner-up to the state champion, had the record and all this stuff. So that after that girl graduated, she was like the 2-time runner-up, and she would have been it if that girl wasn't there. Now this is her senior year. She's ready to set the state record. She's ready to be the champion. And all of a sudden, 2 girls come in and just jogged past her, broke all the records that she worked hard for. And those 2 girls identified as males the following year in track and field in high school. So that's the last thing.
So one more thing to add to this, because it just happened. This is not just. I'm correcting myself. This is not just happening in women's sports. So, and you can look this up too. For the Brave Woman Award just gave out this year, and it was a transgender male that transitioned to a female.
It was a major sport, like an award ceremony, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. International Woman of Courage Award.
And it was for a transgender woman?
It was, yeah.
You know the name of the person?
I believe it's in the United States.
I remember seeing a clip on social media somewhere. It was like, like a meme or something they were saying about it.
There it is. Well, there's transgender
It's
activists.
recent. Yeah.
This was it though. I'm sure of it. This was definitely. It was one of these women that identified as transgender, and majority of these people have that in their background. If you read up on these people,
Yeah, because you can see.
you're seeing it all through it. So I don't understand. And you can even type in 2022 Woman of Courage Award winner. So this is a national award given by the White House to women of courage all around the world.
That was the Alba
Yep.
of the dragon.
Yeah. Diminishing women by honoring a biological male on International Women's Day.
What if it gets to the point, I don't want to say extreme, but what if it ever gets to the point where the President of the United States is transgender?
It's gonna be scary. Scary. I'm not scared of a transgender being the president. I'm over the radicalness of all of this. And it is what it is, because a woman could be president, a male could be president, so a transgender could. Now, what I've seen lately,
But I just wouldn't want them to all of a sudden
first
assume everybody
bodybuilder,
else.
transgenders out.
Oh, man,
Are you gonna bring this up?
But a transgender. The
Fat,
thing,
fast is.
people that don't know bodybuilding,
Transgender
people
bodybuilder.
people that don't know bodybuilding will probably see this and be like,
This dude wants
know.
to compete in both divisions.
but the thing is, it's crazy because some of these female bodybuilders are like even against a guy you have no chance. Like some of these women, like Andrea Shaw, and those women are like, he's probably just doing it for fun, like to prove a point.
Oh no.
Like real competitive.
Yeah. Look up transgender competitive bodybuilder. I just read this article too. I was going to bring it up. I was like, I don't.
Wait,
want
it's the guy that's going to compete against women.
It's a guy that's going to compete as a man or a woman. Like show like his picture, like half is like this and like half is that.
See, I wonder what the regulations are with the IFBB.
No, bodybuilder. That you got it right there. Transgender. Yeah. There it is.
World's first transgender bodybuilding competition. So that means they were all transgender.
No. That was in 2015. Yeah, there's a current article, man. It showed. It was a current article, and it's like, it's this black dude.
2023 right there. Was just
No, that's Cooper. I'll bring it up on next Friday. I'll find it. And we'll go over it. All right, let's go.
But Cooper that's another transgender bodybuilder.
No, that's the power lifter.
But there is a transgender bodybuilder. Now that I remember, it was a man that's a woman.
2 days ago.
No, that was the guy that switched to a woman.
Yeah.
He was jacked, a white dude. I can't remember.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he had like a wig on.
Yeah.
Jacked. Dave Palumbo had him on his show one time.
He was big. He was big, dude, at that point in time.
Anyways.
All right, so let's go on to the next topic.
Next topic
another
is
funeral home.
Another funeral home discovers woman presumed dead is still alive. Why is this happening in 2023? With all the testing and stuff, there should be a machine you go over and just touch to the body and it tells you automatically. Like Apple Watch should be able to do that. Like it's crazy.
Marcus Rule, that was his name. Sorry.
Oh.
That was his name. Marcus Rule.
He's
Good job,
what?
Christian. Marcus Rule.
Marcus.
He's gonna do.
No, he was the female. He turned to the girl.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I think they say he may look. Marcus Rule should transition.
Oh, I'm like,
yeah, Marcus Rule. There's no way he's bigger than Ronnie Coleman. That'd be crazy. Marcus Rule is the biggest bodybuilder like ever. He's bigger than Ronnie Coleman.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. But anyways, another funeral home discovers woman presumed dead is still alive. I don't know this happened. It's still in 2023. Basically, and it wasn't like they just thought she was dead and she flatlined or something like that and then brought her back to life. They literally put her in a body bag, brought her, and then they found out she was still alive.
Whoa.
So, I mean, just think about the lawsuit or whatever. I mean,
83 years old.
But the thing is when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's no big deal. I mean, not saying no big deal, it's a life. But when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it's no big deal. They just, thought she was dead or, people flatlined in the hospital. Oh, I died and came back to life. I thought it was one of those things. No, she's in the body bag transport. They get there, open up the body bag, and she's breathing.
That's great.
Yeah, a similar thing happened in Iowa. Continuing care home in Iowa was fined $10,000 for a similar incident. The EMT there declared the person dead, and they ended up being alive a couple hours later. They found out, which is really, really crazy. 66-year-old woman.
You're only fined $10,000.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
And not only this, another thing. When I first read the article, I'm like, wait a minute, another funeral home? So it's not like, it's just like something that's been happening. Like it wasn't just like funeral home, another. So I mean, I don't know. Like there's a lot of these funeral home stories. I talked about one a couple months ago about the lady that was selling the body parts.
Yeah.
So funeral homes are suspect to me. Like keep your eye on them. Like I don't know. It's just
these last two weren't even funeral homes. These were like EMTs. So this is like a paramedic.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? And then they bring him to the funeral home. The funeral home's like, oh my God, the person's alive.
Yeah, because we go off of what they say.
Yeah.
We go off like, if it's a tragic incident, what happened? I'm sorry, ma'am, he didn't make it. Like they're telling us, and then they react.
This is crazy.
In the body bag though?
Yeah.
Still died.
Well, she's 83.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not like his. I mean, I shouldn't say she's.
She died 2 days later.
Wow.
But the thing is, I'd sue the hell out of them. I'd be like, the only reason she died is because of that. That's.
Yeah,
she could have had another year, 4 or 5 years to live. What if that, stirred everything up or whatever?
There's another hospital story, apparently.
The craziest story thus far was the thousands of fake nurses that was frightening. Where was
Yeah.
the thousands of fake nurses at?
Remember in Florida, the topic that it was beer you had it a few
Oh.
weeks back when people could buy their
Yeah.
certifications.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
these hospitals and these nurses and these
Yeah.
funeral homes, you got to be careful. I mean,
Well, the other thing is here in Florida, maybe probably in other states too, but I know in Florida they always get popped. You got people that are like saying they're doctors, or you have like people that are not medical professionals, like APRN. They're giving Botox and Juvederm and all this other stuff.
yeah.
There's been quite a couple cats or people here, not maybe not in this area, but in Florida for sure. 100 certifications or whatever. Nobody really looks at certifications anymore. I mean, you should if you're a medical practice, but when you're hiring somebody, the college degree really doesn't. I mean, I don't know. People even check references unless you're a big corporate company anymore. It's really crazy. You know?
Or even taking it down to not like a smaller scale, even personal trainers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of personal trainers that have never been certified, or they got certified 10 years ago from some rinky-dink certification place.
Yeah.
Unless you're working for a corporate gym or this and that, but then again, for people that don't know, those trainers, some of them make decent money, but the trainers that are making them good money are the private trainers or that's not working in the gym. So some of those people, if you have a great body, this and that, you could just tell people, yeah, I'm a trainer, they believe you, and they make a lot of money doing it. But next thing you know, one day they ask for a certification.
Yeah.
And,
You might not have it.
yeah, you might not have it. So, I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of times, too, look at high school diploma. I have never been asked to see my high school diploma. Never ever. Anybody out there?
We've never asked
anybody
anybody
out there who has ever said, "Let me see your high school diploma," or all you do is write, "Did you graduate? Yes or no?" I don't even think they look at that. I don't even think they even care about that.
No.
Like, were they looking?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, it's almost like, what was the point of even going to high school?
Yeah. Before that was the thing, right?
They've never asked to see that. Doesn't matter what job. They've never said where. Like, we need to see proof.
They say high school GED or diploma.
Yeah.
But they never ask for that.
No.
You
Yeah.
just send your resume and that's it.
Before, like when we were kids, and they used to ask for it. Like my
Really?
dad had a business. Yeah, like they used to have a copy of it. They would return it with a resume.
I've never asked. I've never.
So I mean, at that point, and really, a GED or a high school diploma is your ticket to get into college.
Yeah.
That's the next step, right, in the equation. And then you're supposed to go to college, get your associates, and then your bachelor's, your master's, maybe.
Actually, you're right. The only place that I've ever heard of them is if you're going to college, because
That's
it's prerequisites
You
to
have to.
college.
You
But
have
other than that, if you don't go to college, doesn't matter if you make no money or own 20 businesses, but you didn't go to college. Like, you probably never have to even show or even use that or even have that.
Yeah. See, I won't like when we hire. Obviously, we have to hire medical professionals and medical assistants. But when we hire those people, we're not like asking for a high school diploma. We're more worried about your certificate, like your medical certificate, right, or your doctor's medical license and all that good stuff. But it's different out there. It's different than when it used to be as far as the hiring thing. So it is what it is.
Yep.
All right, so let's get into the last one. Hugh Jackman shares the look at his intense diet to bulk up for Wolverine. So this is going to be awesome if you guys haven't heard the news. Originally Hugh Jackman played the Wolverine character for a long time. And he departed on his last movie, I think it was in like 2017, which was Logan. He played like an older Wolverine, he ended up dying in the end. But him and Ryan Reynolds have been friends and always went back and forth about doing a movie together. So Hugh Jackman came out of retirement and signed on for 2 new movies. And one is going to be Deadpool 3, and then I think he's going to be in another Marvel movie, whether it's in a Deadpool movie or an Avenger movie. I don't know. But at this point, he showed the outlook of his diet of what he's been doing. And, I counted the calories up, and I think it's like 7,200 calories is up to a day. He's eating like black salmon, veggies. I mean, it shows this whole diet on there. Let me read it exactly for you guys.
Real food, though, not like he's doing shakes. Or anything
Yeah,
like
the
that.
photo revealed 6 individual packed meals with labels denoting that the inside and how many calories it contained. These meals include black bass with veggie rice and herb sauce with like 2,000 calories. Pagonia Chinook salmon with potatoes, 2,100 calories. 2 chicken burgers with sweet potatoes, around 1,000 calories each. And 2 grass-fed sirloin with noodle dishes, 1,100 calories each.
It's good to me.
Yeah, no, it's pretty solid, and there's a lot of calories to be taken in. Basically, he was doing like an off-Broadway play or something like that beforehand, and his trainer wanted to see where he's at, so he put a heart monitor on him to see hey, listen, how many calories do you think you're burning per day? And it was like 1,500 calories per show is what he was supposedly burning. We're going to see him get jacked up, though. I mean, I know Ryan Reynolds has been training pretty hard, too. They even mentioned it here, and I've seen this picture before. He was like clowning Hugh Jackman on his biceps, and he was lifting like a 60-pound bicep and like flexing. It was bigger. They had a comparison picture up.
Oh, wow.
So these guys are going to get in great shape to play these roles, which they should, right? When we were growing up and we were seeing superheroes, that was what we wanted to look like. These guys were all jacked underneath there.
Stallone,
right?
Shredded.
Oh,
Van
man.
Damme, shredded.
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
shredded.
Yes. I mean, it's,
Wesley Snipes back in the day. I mean, he probably
Dude.
still is shredded. Those guys like Blade, those movies. Those,
sure. But even going
Bobo,
back, even going
Bruce
back
Lee.
to like like your cartoons, right? Jacked. Your figures when we were growing up, they were jacked.
He-Man,
GI Joes,
He-Man, Superman, Batman all look like they got the big chest. And they got
Yes.
abs on the dolls.
Yes.
Superman has abs on his uniform.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh, is it the abs or is it the shirt? You
Yes.
know?
And
Batman.
don't get it twisted, guys. Hugh Jackman is training his butt off and he's eating like a champion, but he's guaranteed on HRT. And
Yeah.
so is Ryan Reynolds. Said Jordan said that
So
for
is
sure.
The Rock.
Ryan is definitely on it. The
Rock.
Rock's just turned 50 years old. You think of the average 50-year-old guy that's not, hormone optimizing and other things, biohacking possibly in some way, shape, or form, is going to look like that. You're crazy. And look at The Rock before when he was in his prime.
Yeah, look at him when he was at the
He looks like
University
a
of
little
Miami.
pudgy, like
When he was at the University of Miami, he had like not a single vein or cut in his body.
he was round and rotund. And we
Yeah.
know that he's got 2 gynecomastia surgeries. If you guys don't know about The Rock in Tampa, he used to hang out here in Tampa and work out with Rodney and them. So at that point, like Rodney was
Yeah, I've
telling me,
only
like,
seen him. I met him once in Vegas, like probably
I
8
mean,
or 9 years ago.
in his prime to
Yeah.
where he is now.
Yeah.
Now
And that's
is his
prime. That's his prime. Yeah,
That's his prime.
Yeah. Look at his waistline compared to the
I'm telling you, like no abs, and like even his shoulder. I mean, he looks. You got a good build.
No, the thing is, to
He
the
looks
average
good.
eye, to someone who's not in the fitness or bodybuilding, this and that, I mean, if you guys look worse than that, that's
Yeah.
his original picture. Just to give you guys an idea, is it great? That's a
Yeah.
great physique.
Yeah.
That's in shape. You should be proud to look like that. So that by no means, we're just saying the difference. So anybody
Right.
out there that looks like that or aspires to look like he did before is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
that's still he's in shape.
No, he looks
He's got
good.
good arms, good body.
Yeah.
But we're just talking about the difference.
Dude,
so that's
look
what
at the
we're saying.
veins in the forearms going up in the biceps. I know he probably just got done working out, so he's got a
Yeah.
massive pump going.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more lean muscle tissue on this guy's body compared to the other photo for sure when he was younger.
Yeah.
And he
He's-
denies taking steroids. It says, people are trying to negate his hard work. Listen, man, it's okay. You're 50 years old.
I want to start.
It's okay.
I think people should start asking him differently, saying, "Are you on HRT? Are you on?" Because he'll deny steroids, but then say, "I'm on HRT." So I mean,
Yeah.
like what? And the thing is I believe he's on a lot more than HRT.
Yeah.
A lot more than HRT. There's more things besides steroids and growth hormone that can change your body that aren't
For
legal.
sure.
And
Absolutely.
especially when you have that type of money, people are like, "Oh, I'm not taking any steroids."
Yeah.
If you got good money, you can get
Yeah.
stuff that's not
Yeah.
even steroids. It can be real bad for you that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could have a
You got your hands over
private
anything.
chemist and doctor doing some whatever.
That's
I mean,
true. It's
look
definitely
at,
true.
Look at the difference. It's the thing is, are you natural? Like natural.
Well, I mean,
Ask him if he's on steroids. He'll say, "No, I'm on steroids, but he's on Q394X1 that no one ever heard about."
Yeah, yeah.
Are you natural? That's what I want to hear.
so Seth Jordan said basically, The Rock came out in early years and talked about using anabolics. He had to because he had gynecomastia surgery. So I can't say he never took testosterone because even if he had one gynecomastia surgery, unless he was that sensitive to estrogen and converting like that on natural levels, which we know he's not.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And now he's got the best of the best. Think about it.
And you look at when he got the gynecomastia. If you have gynecomastia as a child, they have pubescent
Yeah.
gynecomastia. When I was a child, like my nipples were a little soft and like it felt tender. They took me to the doctor, they give me some whatever, and they were like, "Oh, you're just going through puberty. It's normal." So I could see if it's that. But when you're a grown man,
No, yeah.
when you're 32,
Twice.
25, 45,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden you're getting bigger, you're getting stronger, you're getting faster, you're getting leaner, and then now you catch the gyno.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, okay, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't normal. It wasn't because you had. And the thing is, when your diet gets cleaner, your estrogen is going to get lower.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's a young kid eating hormone infused foods that are just messing up with his system, and he gets it,
Yeah.
or even older. It wasn't like he was in shape. Then all of a sudden ate terrible and got it,
Right.
because that could be an estrogen related thing
Right.
from eating a poor diet for so long.
Right.
When you get leaner, it's like, come on. Like, and the
No,
thing is, everyone
sure.
can Google that and see that and find that out. But when you ask him, he has to deny it.
I mean, he has to, I guess.
I mean, someone's telling me he has to.
You know,
I guess.
until he bites into a preventive and anti-aging clinic,
Yeah.
I can see that coming in the future.
From a
for
Titan, man.
For sure,
The
that's
Rock's
what I'm
from a Titan.
Tampa does have an insane bodybuilding scene down here. It's so beautiful.
He
It's,
said
it's
liver.
outrising. We're right in the middle of it.
Seth Jordan said he could be taken with the Liver King. was.
Yeah, right? Eating liver, getting like that. Yeah. And I've been
He-
checking the updates on him. I mean, he looks harder than ever. You know, and he says he's not on anything. I don't know how much I believe
Yeah,
that.
he's eating llama testicles and
We need
something
blood work.
crazy.
We want to see some blood work, up to date blood work. Joe Rogan keeps calling out The Rock too. Yep, that's definitely a thing for sure, and he needs to be. What do you guys still think the Liver King's on? I still think the Liver King's on HRT for sure. Probably CJC and growth hormone because he likes that. I mean, that's going to keep him probably lean. You know, even if he's not got everything else he was taking, but who knows?
Are we hating on him?
I'm not hating on him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people think he's like he said he's a hack, but he's just a businessman as far as I'm concerned. Like
Listen,
playing a persona.
I think that the Liver King did things the wrong way, where the Liver King came out and said, you know, you eat like this, you live off the land, you're gonna look like me.
Yep.
Then you started selling supplements. You weren't honest with your audience. Like I'm sitting here, I'll tell you, listen, I'm on 300 milligrams of testosterone. I'm taking Hercules Potion, an Astrazole. You know, I'm telling you my regimen. There's no like hidden like thing. Like I'm not trying to sell you this and say I'm not taking this at all, but this is going to work for you. You know, instead of him coming out and being like, you know, it is what it is. Now, I think he's tried to apologize, but I don't think that it's gone the right way.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not hating on him. But listen, you can take whatever you want. And listen, most guys are. If you're in the fitness industry and all that, like, dude, you got a good body. You could probably sell workout programs, get clients, meal prep, do whatever you want to do, right? Just with a good looking body. And how do you get the good looking body, right? And listen, obviously, you got to eat good. Genetics are going to play a role. Supplementation of whatever you're going to be taking may play a role. And that's it. So, I mean, some of these guys might be doing some little extra things to try to get that body to try to make some money.
Yeah, I just look at like the basics of it. Like he basically lied to so many people's faces.
Yeah.
You could. I'm not gonna say you could, but I'd look at it differently if he lied without people asking him, or he's just kind of like, what the truth, what you don't know won't hurt you. You know, I just didn't say the truth. I didn't lie. But when people call you out numerous times for weeks, months, years, and you look them straight in the face and say, I did not, that's where I have a problem. If he never admitted it and people kind of talked about it, but they didn't call him out on it. But when they're calling you out on it and you're still looking in people's faces and saying, no, I didn't, and then being like, oh, well, I did it just because this.
Right.
It's kind of like people are saying, yeah, he's going to make all this money. But if you could say right now, I'm going to lie to the world and have everybody, you know, to make money, certain people be like, yeah, I'll do it. Other people be like, nah, I can't be.
A lot of people would, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people would take that temptation and go with the lie and do what they need to do.
Yeah.
But eventually, though, especially now, things get out.
Yeah.
Even like medical, like there's no way that his medical information should have been shared with anybody. And if I was a Liver King, I'd be going after somebody for a HIPAA violation and sharing my medical history, my medications with anybody. And it's going to get held up in court. Christian, I think you would understand this as a lawyer. You know, you're divulging the patient's information, and at that point, they are protected by HIPAA. So if we're going to do this, I mean, Liver King should have been protected, you know, at that point. But my point is that things get out more than ever now, and if people think that they can monetize or monopolize on a situation, they're going to jump on it so quick. So it's just crazy. I mean, how long does it take to get anything out of your system? Could be months for years. Well, I mean, it depends what he was taking, right? If he was taking Nandrolone, it's going to stay in the system a lot
A
longer.
year I'm up to.
Testosterone's not going to be, right? I mean, any oral is probably be 24 to 48 hours and it starts getting out the half-life. So, I mean, you know, some of these compounds maybe, you know, unless they did really extensive testing, most of these aren't going to come up on a regular, like just like a steroid test that we would run.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was taking Nandrolone. They had a list of exactly what he was taking. It was like MK677, growth hormone, testosterone.
Yeah.
growth hormone was like a ridiculous amount. But
Yeah.
yeah, Nandrolone could be in your system for a long time.
Yeah.
There was actually a high school athlete a few years back in Alabama. He was a junior in high school. He got an injury, so he went to the doctor. He had to sit out his senior year. No, he basically got injured and had to sit out. Went to the doctor with his mom because his kid's still a minor. He was trying to recover, get his knee better to get back on the field. He was a lineman, big guy with, messed up his knee. And then they gave him an injection for the pain, this and that. Okay, everything's fine. He starts getting better, this and that. Next year, NCAA's, he fails his piss test for Nandrolone.
Whoa.
And they didn't even tell him what Nandrolone was. He was a younger kid. He just went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, we're going to give him something. It's going to help with his recovery and his pain.
Whoa.
Yeah, and if you can Google it, look it up, whatever. So what happened is he couldn't get NCAA, and at that age and that level, like it basically, he probably would have been drafted in 2 years. Those Alabama linemen come in and it's like over with. So it like basically like screwed him up, and then he had to like, but just that stuff lingers in your system for a long, long time.
But the other thing about that is it's like, let me get to the comments so I can answer it directly. Most of these things are going to come out of your system, right? So testosterone is going to probably be your foundation of things. Like that's where it needs to be. Like it needs to be optimized. And we know if you're off injections for 2 weeks, your levels are going to crash and you're going to feel absolutely like garbage. I don't care what you're eating.
Yes.
Right? All the way around. You ain't going to be like, and running around outside and trying to hunt and do all this. You're going to be in a tough situation. Straight that I said, oh, absolutely. But the gray area comes in with coaches because they're not doctors and they're not supposed to be prescribing anything. But we all know they do. Does HIPAA still come in? Could be the case. Well, you're right. You're right. Now, the coaches are prescribing, which right then and there, they're recommending. Like I hear some of these coaches talk on some of their videos and stuff like that when I'm scrolling. And these guys are talking about prescribing and recommending and all. It's like, dude, you guys are crossing the line. Saying, I take this and I take that and it might work for you, that's one way to say it. Saying, this is your protocol list and this is what you're going to be taking. You're like a doctor or a medical professional saying that. So that's one thing that's... but yeah, so, if I was a big person, like celebrity... I would definitely been having an NDA with these guys or whoever was the coach was, and have that, and whoever I guess was prescribing. I don't know. I don't know how the whole deal went down. Like how Derek from No Place No Dates, whatever his name is, got the information. I guess from the coach. The coach knew because he told him to get this, and he went to the clinic and got it. I have no idea how he got it or where it was, but.
Money talks. We'd be surprised at how much people, even though they're not supposed to, someone gives them an offer, like, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Another thing too with the I forgot, I lost my train of thought.
If he shared that information with his coach, then there is no HIPAA violation. There is no HIPAA violation.
I've heard coaches I've heard extreme cases where people will say, where coaches will say, you're wasting your money if you're not taking what I'm telling you to take because you're paying me for a service. So if you put that in someone's mind, they're thinking, wait, I'm spending this amount of money on this guy, and they start thinking, well, it is true. I am spending this money on what he tells me to do, so I have to do what he tells me to do.
Yeah.
I've heard that. That's crazy. That's like manipulative. That's like...
It is. It is.
And especially if your protocol is dangerous. It's bad to say that.
Yeah.
I would recommend just go to another coach. If you have people saying that, if you guys see a protocol that's crazy, and you're like, oh, this is dangerous, call your coach out on about it, or just let him know, him or her know, I don't want to do this. Yeah, if they're still pushing it, just be like, I'm going to go another route.
Yeah, dude.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth your health.
That's putting a bad taste in your mouth as you're just starting something. Like, oh, you need to do this. I'm not comfortable with it, and this and that.
Yeah.
And then now, you look at your health is messed up and this and that. So.
There was a lot of bad coaches out there, and you might not know what a bad protocol is. This might be your first time ever, and you get with somebody, and you look at the list, like, oh, I got to start taking all this, and you're like, well, he knows what he's doing. He's done A, B, and C, and they went this far.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen to me too. And unfortunately, it doesn't happen for everybody like that. And people, they get hurt health wise, or more. So
because a lot of times people, what it's like the situation where you hear about a guy that's he smoked cigarettes for 50 years and never had any breathing problems. Mm-hmm. Someone else does it for 50 days and they're coughing all over the place, and you can see X-rays, their lungs are getting tarnished. Mm-hmm. So what worked for all their other athletes. If there's a substance or an illegal performance enhancement drug you've never taken before, and your body might have a certain reaction to it, and they're telling you to take 5 times what you're supposed to take, and you're not even supposed to take it at all.
Yeah.
Then it's like, wait a minute, you're just like
worse.
playing Russian roulette with all your athletes, saying, "Oh, it worked for this guy, so you do it." It doesn't work with everybody.
Yeah.
And when it's going to be too late when you get your blood work done, or it's going to be even worse if you don't get your blood work done and just kind of wait it out.
True that.
Yeah,
True
not
that.
good.
All right, guys. Upcoming Titan events. 4/1, April 1st, Metroflex Grand Opening in Brandon. We'll be there, full representing Titan and giving away a ton of Titan giveaways. 11/2 to 11/5, Olympia in Orlando. We'll be down there representing there. Huge setup. 11/5, which is the Sunday after Olympia. We'll be at Festival of Speed at Ritz-Carlton, Orlando. So we'll be in Orlando pretty much all week.
That's going to be a good weekend.
That's
I
gonna
can't
be-
wait. I
yeah.
can't wait for that weekend. It's
Yeah.
going to be good. It's going to be a good one too.
It's going to be a good week. We'll be down there like Wednesday.
Weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, guys, too, I've with the Metroflex grand opening, like I'll put some info on my story or something like that to figure out. Or we'll be back next week,
Yeah.
but figure out like a time limit, like what time people get there. What if you guys want to work out? I know it's from 1. It starts at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, come work out.
Yeah, man. We'll
Check
be out
the
there
gym.
training.
I have no clue what the gym looks like, the outside, the inside, the equipment. I'm excited to see it. I love all these gyms open up in Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
And plus, Ryan Coleman has to go, so
Yep.
that's his original gym. I have people asking me already, is he going to be there?
He's going to be there.
He is?
Yeah, he's coming.
Oh, yeah, he is going to be there.
He's gonna
Okay.
come, yeah.
Oh,
Address on the bottom.
Yeah, he's coming.
Wow, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
coming.
Okay, good. I didn't know if they were just using his likeness, but yeah, if he's going to be there, oh, yeah.
Oh, he's coming.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely,
he's
I might
gonna
have to up
come.
my carbs a couple weeks because it's going to be nuts.
It's going to be nuts. So, guys, thank you guys for joining us for Tight Lifestyle with Big Drew. We'll be back next Friday, 2 p.m.
That's right. See you guys next Friday, 2 p.m. Hit the bell on YouTube so you're notified of videos like this. Watch us on Facebook, also TikTok and Instagram. See you next week. Have a great day.
Oh, yeah.